Hey guys, today we have a Gold 3 profile view, and the biggest problem that they are facing is they have a
Sinusoidal
issue with their games, aka this is a sine wave. So basically, you know, they're winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, and they can't really climb. You can see here, it is very much like the sinusoidal images I just showed you. So in today's profile view, we're going to be breaking down exactly what an AD carry needs to fix when they're going ahead in laning phase, but they're not able to carry their games enough, as well as what they do when, you know, you've got a really high win rate champion, but you're trying to learn other champions, how to fix that and how to ultimately get to platinum. Before we get into this video, if you want your profile view just like the one you're about to watch, please check out the links in the YouTube comment description below. Let's get into it. Currently, you are Gold 3 with a 53% win rate. Your goal is to get to platinum, and the biggest issue that's holding you back is sinusoidal game patterns, which basically means, you know, up and down. I actually had to look that up. So, you know, you're winning one, losing one, winning two, losing two, winning three, losing three, etc., etc. And you're kind of going up and down. It doesn't feel like you've got any meaningful progress. So in today's profile view, we're going to try and fix that. We're going to try and talk about what are the issues and where we can go to help fix that problem. So the first thing I can see is that we've got a really successful champion here. It's your Jhin. We can see 150 games played with a 61% win rate. And this just makes me think, why aren't we playing more Jhin? So out of your 300, almost 300 games, 50% of the time you've played Jhin, but 50% of the time you've played something else. And yes, I know you'll get auto-filled into support sometimes, jungle, mid, top, but there is no reason this season that you could not have at least 80% of your games played on Jhin, if not 90. Because I know One Tricks, I coach One Tricks, and they can get their champion in the bot role like 80 to 90% of the time. So first question I've got is, like, what's your strategy? What's your champion pool? I can see you playing Trist. I can see you playing Bard. I can see some Jhin in here. Then I can see some Jinx. So the first thing I'd say is, if you're actually trying to get to platinum and you don't want coaching, so you don't want to develop yourself, you know, you kind of just want to do it the way you're doing it right now, I would say just One Trick Jhin, because Jhin is going to be by far your best chance of climbing. I mean, a 61% win rate compared to your overall win rate of 53%. It just makes perfect sense. Now, if you're looking to build a champion pool, like, okay, you're trying to implement Tristana, or maybe you're trying to transition to Bard, or maybe you do want to play more of your Jinx, because we can see, you know, a 67% win rate on her. This is where it gets a lot more complicated, because one, you can kind of go the route of, you know, however you learned Jhin. Was it just spamming games? Was it playing it on a second account? Did you kind of just play him for a whole season and eventually got good on him? That's what you're going to have to do with another champion if you're trying to find or get the same kind of level of performance on any other champion compared to your Jhin. And that takes work and that takes time. And the only way to really accelerate that learning is to get coaching, one-on-one coaching, game reviews, you know, understanding the champion that you want to play or learn, and basically accelerating your learning through guided coaching. So that's the first thing, is you really got to figure out what role you're playing. We can't be playing AD carry and support, so I'd be just maining AD carry and support secondary. Whenever you get support, just play your Bard. If you can learn another support, maybe that could be a good one, but your Bard seems like it can be okay for your secondary pick. And then for primary, I would just be keeping on playing Jhin. If you're trying to learn a new champion like Tristana or Jinx or something, I would recommend take it to a second account and, you know, getting 20, 30 ranked games on it so you can get comfortable and go, okay, yeah, I can actually play Jinx to a similar level of as my Jhin, or I can play Misfortune to a similar level as my Jhin, or MF, or Tristana. And we're trying to use Jhin as the baseline, right? Because we've got a 61% win rate on it. Now, jumping over to your mobilytics, I can see that your laning phase is really strong. So I can see on your Jhin, you're almost up 2 kills at 15 minutes. Whereas I'm going to assume, okay, on your Misfortune, it's good as well. And we don't have enough games on your Tristana. So where I think your problems are going to be lying as an AD carry is your mid to late game. And this is a typical problem gold AD carries have. They feel like they don't have agency. They feel like they don't have enough impact. And it's generally because they spend too much time farming and not enough time grouping. When you're coming out of laning phase plus 600 gold ahead, the easiest way you can win that game is to stop farming and to actually just group. Help your jungler take objectives. Help your mid laner push mid. go wherever the biggest congregation of your teammates are and just have impact, because out of laning phase, the biggest or most in control win condition an AD carry has is grouping and team fighting, because that is where AD carries excel. You generally have a front line or at least some other players that can absorb some damage, and you get to sit there dealing tons of damage as long as your positioning is okay, your engagement is okay, and you've got enough gold to actually deal damage, which you on average will have. So to answer like the question of where I think you're going wrong just by looking at profile view is, I bet there is something going wrong in your mid to late game. You're either dying too much, you're not grouping enough, or you just don't know how to position in team fights and you don't know how to deal enough damage. So it's one of those problems, and in a profile view, I can't really figure out exactly which one it is, but in your mind, probably now that you're thinking about it, those are one of the big problems. And to be honest, those are some of the biggest problems every gold AD carry has. And once you fix those, climbing to platinum's easy, climbing to diamond is super easy. Now, overall, Marvin, I think you've got a lot of potential here. I think if you were to just literally go tomorrow, okay, I'm going to one trick Jin to platinum, you could probably do it. Maybe not this season without coaching, without one-on-one coaching, but it is possible that you could get to the top 12% of League of Legends players from the top 26% right now. But chances are, you've been playing League of Legends for what is this, like almost 7 seasons now, and you're still yet to crack that platinum. And so what I'd suggest is actually trying something different. And obviously you've stated you're interested in paid coaching. So what I'd like to offer you is, once you've watched this profile view, please send me a message on Discord and we can book a free call where I can basically talk you through exactly what a coaching plan would look like for you. Whether it's just a one-off game review, whether it's a series of game reviews, whether it's a strategy session, a mentality session, a session, champion pool building, anything, we can build a customized solution for you to get to your goals with your budget. So please, once you've watched this, Marvin, reach out to me and we can book that free call. Anyway, mate, you've got a lot of potential. I think the Jin in the short term is your key to climbing, but I don't disagree that you can definitely learn a new champion and do just as well as them. I think your Jinx probably has the second most potential there. So cheers, good luck in the Rift, and I hope to talk to you once you've watched this.